Welcome to NuttieBuddie Entertainment. The Ugly. Ew!
Yeah, buddy.
Okay. Brian, tell me what your first ugly is.
I'm pretty sure we have at least one of the same ones, but killing off Killmonger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's an issue, I feel like, with Marvel where they are killing off these like Claw, great villain, Killmonger, great villain. Why are we just killing them off and, they're not a recurring villain or something, I don't understand it really, just because like the comics, the TV series, like there's recurring villains. They come back, they try again sort of thing instead of just killing them off. You're kind of, leave yourself a way in, because for the second Black Panther, it would have been great to have Killmonger, like a redemption story for him to take over as like the new Black Panther. Michael B. Jordan would do a great job of like stepping in those shoes and like taking over that role, with them, being able to recast who the Black Panther is. So it's definitely an ugly, just like killing him off for this movie, which wasn't necessary. It wasn't needed. Him having that remark at the end where it's like, I don't want to be in a prison like my ancestors. I want to, die. It's like, it's strong, but it's not strong enough to justify letting him die when they have the technology to, save lives literally feet away from him. So.
Yeah, I 100% agree. The line was powerful, but, at the same time, T'Challa could have been like, yeah, well, too bad. I'm going to save your life anyway. Yeah,
exactly.
he could have still said the line.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really good point you made, and that I think is that these villains show up in the comic book multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you're not planning on using them for Black Panther 2, you could have them. We know he exists still, so you don't have to bring. It's sort of like the Vulture, right? They didn't kill off the Vulture in Spider-Man Homecoming, and they just had an end credit scene, and it's just like, oh, is the Vulture going to come back? When is he coming back? So it kind of leaves a little bit of anticipation for maybe seeing them again. But I agree, you're 100% right. It would have, because he already has the purple herb, so it would have been a very easy transition into this redemption arc that Killmonger could have had to become the Black Panther, and how, and that would have been a really interesting story, how people would have accepted him as the new Black Panther.
Yeah, or even imagine, T'Challa was ghosted in Infinity Wars, and if Killmonger was let out of prison or whatever and like took over that role, and when he came back, he was like, with everybody half gone, maybe he saw something where it's like, this isn't right, and he kind of took over that role, and then when he comes back, he's in good standing or something.
Yeah. You wouldn't have to do a lot of explaining, I guess, just enough to satisfy our curiosity. Yeah, that's a really good one. And I'm with you. Marvel, like all their good villains, I don't know if they think like, well, we can't keep paying these guys or whatever, but you're Marvel, you're Disney.
They have the money.
Come on. On that note, one of my uglies also was them killing off Claw. I don't know why they did that. Again, it helped advance the story, but he could have been a prisoner in Wakanda instead of killed and brought there. And he kind of was a good connective tissue through some of the movies. And so I thought they could have kept that up with him as a connective tissue, but they kind of killed him off. And again, a good villain.
I think he would have been a great like gateway to introducing like Namor and, the kind of underwater city, because obviously he knows all this stuff about Wakanda. Maybe he also knows a bunch of stuff about this, and, having him kind of, I don't know, the whole like smuggler vibes with him. There's so much that you could have done with it instead of just like killing him. So.
Yeah, I agree. I think that was kind of a waste. You got another ugly?
Yeah, just one more. I prefer the original suit that he had in Civil War with like the removable helmet compared to like the CGI. Like suit. It took you out of it sometimes, like especially when he came back to life and he was walking through the field, and you could just see it was all CGI, and it was just like, oh, I wish they actually incorporated some like actual like realness into it where it didn't seem so fake. So yeah, I preferred his original like suit compared to like the newest one.
Yeah, I actually noticed that, especially in
Yeah.
the field where you could tell it was all CGI.
And if you can notice it, it must be
Yeah.
pretty bad.
Well, I think
so.
I think you and Chris are training me to notice these things that I never did
opening
before.
your eyes a little bit. Yeah.
No, but I noticed that too, and I was like, I wonder if it'll be brought up. But I agree. I think that's a problem with Marvel right now too. Is there's so much CGI, and that's part of the complaint that people have on Marvel is that not a lot of it's on location. It's, you know, even the suits are now CGI. It's like, but that's part of being a cool superhero is wearing the suit, right? Like,
yeah, no, 100%. It's like I understand like having a CGI suit, but like a scene like that, I don't understand why he can't put on some sort of real suit and then kind of overlaying, you know, something to it, you know, that purple shimmer that he had through there. But just doing the entire thing, it's just like, really, can we get some like realness to this so it doesn't feel like completely fake?
Yeah, I agree. My last ugly, this is sort of a nitpick. I could have probably put this in the bad. I didn't think. There's just a teeny, it's not a big deal again.
Okay.
Teeny bit of a plot hole. As all this is going on in Wakanda, we find out there's a post-credit scene where Winter Soldier's there the entire time.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you know, why didn't they went
He doesn't got an arm.
Well, it doesn't mean he can't fight, he can't do anything. But they just like didn't, like, he just slept through it all. What was he doing while all this was going on?
Well, just like the surroundings, it didn't look like, I think Wakanda's a pretty big place. It didn't look like they were towards like the city or the capital at all. But yeah, I mean, they hinted towards him in the beginning of the movie. So yeah, I was kind of thinking he would pop up, but yeah, I agree with you. Why wasn't he just like kind of thrown in there?
Yeah, just because like you went to this rival tribe to go get help, and it's like, well, you got this super soldier that's right down there, who's, by the way, probably just as ruthless of a killer as Killmonger.
Yeah.
Right? Like, he's got that in him. So
yeah. I guess they reached the quota of white guys, only 2 in the movie. So
the token white guys.
Yeah.
That was a cool casting. Martin Freeman. I forgot to mention that. Did you ever watch the Sherlock?
Yeah.
On Netflix. Oh, that's one of the best.
No, it is. Yeah.
Series. Yeah. They got both Cumberbatch and Freeman in there, so in the MCU now. So, but yeah, good actor. Okay. Anything else on the ugly?
No, that was my last one, man.
Okay, so let's just talk about change. Thanks so much for watching this clip of our Black Panther movie review. Let us know what you thought of this movie in the comments below. The great, the good, the bad, and the ugly. If you'd like to listen to the rest of the podcast, the link will be down below with a bunch of other podcasts as well. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you can subscribe to the channel, like the video, and we'll talk to you guys soon.